Yeah, man, it's the 27th of February, 2024. And you guys know I don't like to have to come on a public video and talk about the things like I'm about to talk about. It's it's not what I like to do these days. And you probably noticed that my videos are a little different than that. I would start saying a bunch of names, but I don't really have to. If it's the same people, the same couple people that are responsible for my neural monitoring, and it's the same 4 to 5 idiots that are on my neural monitoring on my neurological channel, able to physically attack me with broadcasts, and then whomever they want to bring on with them as like some sort of extra person just for their live streams or whatever. But I don't like to come on public and talk about it, but it's been so nasty, violent, and I don't know if it's something that I've done to trigger them or if it's just somebody gave them the go ahead. They get real jealous and upset about any progress that I make, and all I do every day is make progress, and it really upsets them. But it's very unfortunate to have some people that are so mentally deranged and obsessed and abusive to where they'll just sit there on neural monitoring with their little uh, reality, broadcast reality headgear on. I would call it their mind control. That's what they call it, the mind control. So they say they're on mind control. So it's like being on mind control, like you would be on a virtual reality thing. But they just put a thing on looks like this hat, but it's got the little knobs on it, and they say they're on mind control. Um, the problem is that, like somebody mentioned in one of my comments like a couple of days ago, is that it's really not like mind control that much. It's kind of like more like just receiving. If I don't know. I mean, when your phone receives something, is it being controlled? No, not necessarily. It's just receiving something, and what you do with that, um, or what they do with that, if they like to be mind controlled. Okay, when they receive it, if they like to sit there and talk along with you and say what you're saying and do stupid things like they love to do, the stupid things, and maybe it is mind control, but it's just dumb. The whole thing's just dumb. I mean, I wish I had my neural monitoring so I could turn these idiots off because I shouldn't have to deal with them. I should not have to. And it's so violent the last few days where I feel this just static electrical moving all around me, especially around my private areas. They're penetrating into my body and I can't get comfortable. If I sit down or if I lay in the bed, it's the worst. I'm laying there with pillows and blankets wrapped all in between my legs. They're all on my private areas, my butt and everything else. And um, it's difficult, it's difficult. And they're not going to win. They're not going to beat me. I mean, it might take a while longer, but they're not going to win. And there's nothing else they can do but sit there and do the same old thing. And that's the unfortunate part, is that they revert back to the same stupid tactics, and they seem so obsessed. I wish something horrible would happen to them. So they would go away. And, there's going to come a point, I think, where they cause something to happen to me, or an event in my life or something that is an over the top incident, that's an unforgivable incident that causes it to have to be a lifelong vendetta, and it really already is. But everything that's happened so far, for the most part, is fixable. I lost a lot of time. I've lost lots of money. They've affected my health. They've hurt my body. They've tormented and tortured, psychological abuse all day, every day. Some days worse than others. Some days it's like they bring people on. It's just going to be a violent torture session. And how many times have I came on here? And I'm not going to sit here and do these kind of videos every day and talk about it like this. And I know a lot of you guys are going through exactly this. And I've been going through exactly this for like a decade. It was like 11 and something years ago that they first started hacking into all of my stuff. And that was when the person who has my neural monitoring had already started letting all these idiots come on, all these gang stalkers come on to my neural monitoring and start to have access to those type of things. My neurological self, my digital items like computers and phones, and it just progressed from there. And when they really pulled the plug, man, and decided that they were going to let it go full blast targeting, that was like 14 and 15 was when it was really starting, So this stuff's been going on for me for over a decade. And it's pathetic that they'll sit there and do the same type of things like that. And they've cost me so much, so much. And, I'm fighting for it every day to try to figure out a way to get where I need to be to turn this thing around. And as far as like my life's already turned around. They get you in the first couple years where you really are just devastated. Devastated. The people that I hear on my comments and my messages every day, and people talk about how they can't work and how they can't function. And there was a time where I couldn't do much but just get caught up in their little narrative, the story that they're trying to create for my life, for their live stream, for entertainment, for their own joy, to torture people and to hurt people. And it's not like a joke, it's ha ha ha, yeah, gang stalking. There's a lot of funny things about it. Okay, but when you're physically attacking a man's genitals and melting their eyeballs and their gums and attacking their organs, like you're an attempted murderer. Okay, I know too many names that are gang stalkers for these idiots to be on my neural monitoring attacking me with broadcasts in a way that could be considered attempted murder or violent assault. It's absolutely absurd. And it's the same idiots. And I don't know who decided this last week or so that they would just revert back to extreme violence. And it's not that they ever quit. Okay, they never quit, but there's different levels of what they do. And when it becomes 24/7, like you can't even find a moment of comfort without feeling static going up your leg and molesting your private areas and penetrating into your body and hurting you. Feels like I'm getting burned and stung and shocked and stuff, like all day, every day, all day long. And when I'm going to work, when I'm trying to sleep, when I'm just trying to chill, or when I'm trying to do some schoolwork, or when I'm trying to watch some videos, or when I'm trying to manage all of these accounts and things that I have and everything that I do. Blah, 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 blah. They never shut up about anything. They never shut up. They're not even saying much. They're just trying to get my attention the whole time. And I'm like, what an idiot. Now, you don't have to say it out loud. I used to talk out loud, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, talking out loud, getting mad and cussing out loud. Nobody's around, right? But I'm talking to them. They know I'm talking to them. They hear me. Okay, but anybody else around probably thinks I'm absolutely insane. But I haven't done things. You don't have to do that. So I haven't done that in many, many years. But you can just think what you want them to get. And another thing that happens is you just think what's naturally the thoughts, that your reaction to how dumb they are. And so you're thinking, wow, what an idiot. How dumb is this moron? Like begging for my attention, begging for a man's attention, worried about a man's genitals, worried about a man's social media account or something so stupid. And these are not children. These are not little children. There's one or two that are a little younger, okay? And there's some that are older. I'm talking like 30 to 50 or more. Range. These are not children doing neural monitoring in a lot of cases. Okay, I have ran into guys that were less than 20 doing neural monitoring, gang stalking, but that there's been problems with some of them before too. But these guys that won't go away, that have been involved with my life unconsensually every day for a decade or more, these guys are grown men. begging for a man's attention every minute of every day, and obviously don't have anything else going on. It's almost like I have them trapped in this type of thing when I don't. They could just walk away, but they won't. And I've already learned that they never will. I've come to that conclusion. And that's really, I've just decided that rather than be like a vigilante or do something that's going to put me in a worse position as far as like freedom or financially or legal troubles or anything, I'm just going to build myself into somebody that can defeat them. And if it takes 5 years, if it takes 10 years, that's what it'll take. And if I'd have started that from day one, like getting money, learning about financial things, learning about computer programming and science and physics and all of those things, if I would have started from day one doing all of those things, then I would probably already be in a position to take my life back and have them in a horrible, horrible position. They owe me everything. And it took me some years to come to that conclusion. And then it took me a couple years to make the adaptation or to adapt over to that type of lifestyle. And that's what I've been doing now for several years. But it's still going to maybe take a while. But who knows? Maybe it'll take another year, or maybe it'll take 10 more years. But I'm in it for the long run. I'm in it to defeat them, to destroy them, to make sure that they can't do it anymore. Not to me or anybody else. And to make sure that them and their families are publicly on somewhere where everybody can see that these people are terrorist gang stalkers that have committed violent acts against people remotely for their entertainment, and they hurt people and they're attempted murderers, and they may even really be murderers. It's a lot of messed up things happening out there, and who knows what these people are dealing with when they do horrible things, if they're targeted or if they are more susceptible to the influence of mind control or reception. All of those things can play a factor, man. If there's so many people that are on pharmaceutical medications or believe they have physical problems with their body that they probably really don't. In a lot of cases, they probably are getting gang stalked and it's broadcast. And do you think that the millionaires and the politicians and the pharmaceutical companies are going to say, yeah, this exists, yeah, everything we're talking about is a fraud? No, they're not going to do that. So we're going to have to do it ourselves. You don't wait for the government to help you. Hope you know that by now. If you haven't been through all the channels yet, I have, and many of us have. So if you haven't done that already, you can go ahead and try to call the FBI and the CIA and your local police. And, I've got 25, 30 reports with the local police. I've reported and contacted every federal agency and every state level agency, all of them. They won't even respond to you. You have to have $100,000 to get a bunch of lawyers to really start stirring things up. And then they might just throw it out and act like you're crazy anyway. And who knows if the lawyers are part of it too, because there's lawyers that I know that are part of neural monitoring too. Of course, most of them probably have their neural monitoring. You have to put yourself in a better position to help yourself. And I know how hard it is to deal with torture every day and feel like you can't go to work. Man, I was at work and they constantly, I feel this static going up around my butt crack and my genital area. And I'm like, why, man? Why are these grown men acting like abusive molesters or something? Like, what's wrong with them? You're never going to understand it because there is something wrong with them. And if you don't have the same thing wrong with you, how could you understand that? Because it's a mental disorder. Okay, because disorders don't really make sense. So, I'm not going to continue to do these type of videos on the regular channel. If you want to join the membership, I do post over there. I posted one yesterday, I think, and I'm going to start posting these type of videos more over there on the membership level. It's like $1. It's like 99 cents, I think. And literally like thousands and thousands of videos. I've got over 10,000 videos on the channel, probably like 12,000 or something. And there's only like 300 or 400 of them that are public. And All the rest of them, except for maybe about 1,000 of them that I completely made private because I went off the deep end or it just looks too crazy. And then all the rest of them are on the membership level. So for 99 cents, you could probably see like 6 or 7,000, maybe 5,000 more videos. I don't know if you really want to know and see all those type of videos and see me really going in about it, and I don't have to say names and stuff on here really that much. Cause if you really want to follow my story like that, if you've been following it or if you want to know bad enough, it's out there. It's out there. It's all over social medias and all over these YouTube channels I have. And I've been doing this for so long. There's no way I could ever get rid of all this content. People pirate the stuff. It's everywhere pirated. I have to go in weekly and flag everything that's pirated. And, and I mentioned this, I think, on one of the membership videos, but I'll mention it here on the public video. If you are posting my videos, then I don't permit that. So I want to control my own content. If one day I decide I need to take all these videos down just because I want to, which I'm not going to, but if I wanted to, I want to be able to. I want to control my own content. I made these videos. So if you post my videos, there's 3 or 4 people that had my permission in the past, or we did videos or something like that have those videos. Okay. Otherwise, nobody future moving forward is ever going to have, most likely never going to have my permission to post one of my videos. So if you do, depending on the way that you post it, if you post it in a malicious way, then I'm going to flag it immediately. You're going to get a strike on your channel. If you post it trying to be informative or one of us that's exposing it or just to share it or spread it or whatever, that's fine. I'll still flag it, but I'll flag it in a way that gives you time to take it down because I don't let people post my videos like that. So anyway, that just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, I mean, if you really want to follow the whole storyline and look into it for years and years and see the torture and the anguish and hear all the wild scenarios for all these years, that it's like $1 to access the membership. So, and I don't want people to think that like I started doing this for money. Okay. Because literally, in like 1 week, I make more at work than I make in a whole year doing YouTube. My channel's not viral. Okay. It's got 10,000, almost 11,000 people now, which I appreciate all of the support. And I've worked hard to build this channel and on these platforms and become one of the OGs of the being targeted, I guess. I mean, how silly is that? But, it'd be nice if I could make some money doing it, but I literally don't hardly make any money doing it. It's like a lot of months, I don't even hit the threshold to get paid, so it's like less than $100 or something. It might be like $60 a month or something, like $2 a day or $3 a day or something. So just don't get the wrong idea. Okay. I don't really need to justify it or defend my position. I'd love to make some money, but I don't really make that much money. So don't think that that's why. Okay. I do this for a reason. And, I went on yesterday, 2 days ago, maybe yesterday, and I took off about a year's worth of the posts on this channel, not the videos, the posts, the text. I wrote some text and made a post on the communities tab. Okay. And I didn't take all of them down, but I took most of them down for the last year. And I'm probably going to end up taking most of them down, period. But it looks crazy when you read that stuff. Like you didn't know what I was talking about. It looks crazy. And most of you guys do know what I'm talking about. But they don't allow you to put that on private or membership or anything else. Like that's public. And, a lot of times I'll post right there while I'm angry or while they're attacking me or while they're stalling my uploads or something, and I'll post right there. And it's really not necessary for me to leave it. But that seemed to make them mad or something. I don't know what happened, man. They just went off the deep end since then. But a lot of things are happening. Every day I make my life better in so many ways. But anyway, I'm just going on and on now. But I wanted to talk about it. It's been a 20-minute video. I appreciate you guys. I wouldn't expect many of these kind of videos to come on public because I just don't like to do it anymore. I used to rant and rave and throw a fit and talk all kind of crazy and just be angry. Okay, but if you've been going through it as long as I have, then it's very difficult for them to really get a rise out of me like that. Like, I feel like they deserve it, but I feel like they deserve a lot of things. They don't like it when I make a lot of posts and videos, but all this torture, man, it's ridiculous and it's getting old, man. I've been dealing with this for a long time, and I'm gonna find myself in a position where I'm gonna be able to stir things up that they're not gonna want that thing stirred up. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna try to have a better day now.